So good morning friends. Today I am going to explain torsional test on mild steel. So first you have to know what is meant by torsion. So torsion means a twisting force applied on the specimen. So the main aim of this experiment is to analyze the mechanical behavior of a mild steel. That is by knowing the polar moment of inertia, modulus of rigidity, shear stress and modulus of rupture. And first we can see this is a specimen. Okay, so here one end is rigidly fixed so that it cannot move or it cannot rotate, and other end we are going to apply the torque or twisting force on the specimen. And here R is the radius of the shaft or specimen. Okay, and L is the gauge length in which the specimen get failed or fracture. And here first we have to fix the specimen. One is a rigid end and other end is a rotating end. And we are slowly we have to apply the torque. Slowly apply the torque or slowly increase the torque, and we have to fix the angle, that is theta is equal to 0, theta is equal to 30 degree or 60 degree. Every 30 degree we have to take the corresponding readings of the torque. And first the observation of this experiment is initial length of the specimen that we have to find out. It is called as L0. It is by using the vernier caliper, and this is the standard specimen we are using, and we have to find out the length of the specimen first. Okay, by using the vernier caliper. And second observation is the initial diameter of the specimen. It is called D0. Okay, it is also by using the same vernier caliper you have to find out. At the three stages we have to take the reading. It's the first, and in the middle, and at the end you have to take the three readings, and average of the three readings you have to take the final diameter of the specimen. Okay, and come to the tabular column. So it consists of nearly 5 columns. The first column is serial number, and the second and third column with respect to the torque. And first the torque is in kg per meter, and that we have to convert to Newton per meter by multiplying 9.81. Okay, and after the torque, the angle of twist, that is theta. Theta first it is in the degree, and we have to convert to radian. So this is what the tabular column. And next the equation what we are using in this experiment is torsional equation. T by J is equal to tau by R, which is equal to G theta by L, where T is the torque, J is the polar moment of inertia, J is the shear stress, R is the radius, G is the rigidity modulus, theta is angle of twist, and L is the specimen gauge length. By using this equation, we have to find out these important. First one is polar moment of inertia, that is J, which is equal to pi d to the power of 4 divided by 32. And the second one, modulus of rigidity, that is G, which is equal to dou t divided by dou theta into L by J. And third one is shear stress at two different points. One is proportionality limit and third one is yield point. First, torque at proportionality limit divided by J is equal to R, and shear stress at yield point, which is equal to T at yield point divided by J into R. And the last one is modulus of rupture, which is equal to tau R or tau max, and it is given by torque at rupture or failure divided by J into R. And finally, by using this we can draw the graph, and from the graph we can able to find out the, that is dou t divided by dou theta. That is what with the help of this graph we can able to find out. And here the graph is torque versus twist. Torque T versus twist, that is what theta, and in the x-axis the twist theta, that is 1 centimeter is equal to 1 radian, and in the y-axis 1 centimeter, that is what torque is equal to 10 into 10 raised to 3 Newton millimeter. So this is a torsional testing machine. Okay, here is a specimen. It is fixed between the two ends. One end is rigid end, it cannot rotate or it cannot move, and the other end what we are going to apply the torsional load or twisting force. And here first we set the angle is 0. See here, first we set the angle for 0, and the torque is also 0. There is no load, so that torque is also 0 and angle is also 0. Once we apply the load, once we apply the load 30 degree, see, for the 30 degree we have to take the readings, and for 60 degree again we have to take the readings, for 90 degree again we have to take the readings, and every 30 degree we have to take the corresponding torque reading until the specimen get fracture or failure. Once the specimen get fracture or failure, stop the machine. So these are the experimental results what we got from the experiment. The torque and the angle of twist. For 0 angle, torque is 0, and for 30 degree the torque is 5.15, and that we have to convert to Newton millimeter by multiplying 9.81. And for 60, 90, 120 we have to note on the corresponding torque readings, that you have to convert to Newton millimeter. And finally the angle is converted into radian. And with respect to these datas, we have to draw the graph. See here, in the y-axis torque, and in the x-axis it is the angle of twist. We have to draw the graph, and here from the graph we have to find out the delta t divided by delta theta. That is a value we needed to calculate the modulus of rigidity. And this is a delta t value, and this is a delta theta value. By using this, see here, we calculated the delta t by delta theta. That is a value of 41 into 52 into 10 raised to 3 divided by 0.42. Okay, 10 raised to 3 is because in the x-axis we consider 1 centimeter is equal to 1 radian. In y-axis we consider 1 centimeter is equal to 10 raised to 3 Newton meter. And finally, for the calculation, first polar moment of inertia, that is J is equal to pi d to the power of 4 divided by 32, and we got the diameter of 10.6 by using the vernier caliper, and divided by 32, the final value is 1239.4 millimeter to the power of 4. And modulus of rigidity, that is G is equal to the dou theta divided by dou t into L by J. That is what we already got the value with the help of graph, that we have to substitute, and finally we got the modulus of rigidity value. Similarly, we have to find out the shear stress at proportionality limit and shear stress at yield point. This proportionality limit 50 we got here in the proportionality limit 50, and in the yield point it is 55. The same value we have to substitute here, and we got the shear stress at proportionality limit, shear stress at yield point. And the last one is modulus of rupture in the tension, that is tau r or tau max, which is by or the failure torque divided by J into R. That is the failure torque is, see, it is a final torque that you have to consider and substitute. Finally, you got the modulus of rupture, that is 419.5 Newton per millimeter square. And these are the results that you have to write. Thank you.